First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Allow respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon, and hopefully by the mercy and grace of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, all those brothers and sisters that's in the truth, all the elders and apostles that's been teaching and ruling well. Hopefully we're part of elect. With that being said, this is your brother Dawab from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And our elder Malcolm had put this in our orders rooms, to look at this this video. It's called You Are Amalek, Part 1. And it's, as you see, it's over an hour and 13 minutes long. But it says a lot in here about these small hatters, man. See, they control the narrative, and that's one thing that people don't understand. When you can control the narrative, when you control the media, you control the money, you control, the pharmaceuticals, you control damn near everything. It's your narrative, it's your way. So you can say anything, and people are going to follow it. But now still, people are sitting up here waking up to a lot of the bullshit that these so-called small hatters, these elites, they're doing, And then in this video, you got a little girl, a little Palestinian girl talking about how they bomb them day to day, but no one's talking about this, You got these small hatters in here, some of them talking about how it's okay for them to sit up here and destroy a population, and all this other stuff, even if it's kids. You had a guy here say that, But the main thing I want to sit up here and get into is that, hey, that's why they sit up here and, you have some men who will sit up here and say they're Greek or they're Australian or they're Russian or they're Italian. The whole point is, just like with the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they don't want to call us they don't want to call us by our real nationality because guess what? It'll tear up everything. Everything will change. That's why they hid it, because if you call us by our true nationality, then people will know who you fucking are, You can't hide behind that bullshit no more. Oh, I was born in this country. But with that, this was one of the main reasons why I want to get this, why I want to say why I said that. First and foremost, before I say anything else, let me go to numbers. And Salakia, brothers, I've been sick for the past maybe 4 or 5 days. It's been kind of rough. Now I'm going to go to Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of their names from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. So my thing is by your fathers. It's by your father who you are. Your father, the seed comes from your father. So whatever your father is, that's what you are. So if your father is an Edomite, you're an Edomite. If your father is Israelite, you're an Israelite. Point blank, period. There's no getting around it. So just because I'm born here in America, that doesn't make me American. No. See, that's what they hide behind, and that's the bullshit they dare tell you. And that's why a lot of times people don't really pay attention or recognize, when you sit up here and say they're a small hatter. People sit up here and say, well, the dude that owns Pfizer is Greek. No, that's not what he is. And that's one of the main points that I'm trying to get at. So with that, let me sit up here and go to that also, because I had pulled this up. Salakia, brothers. Here. Now, this is one of the reasons why I pulled this up. This dude's name is Albert Bourla. Albert Bourla was born as a Greek-American veterinarian, a chairman and a chief executive officer of Pfizer, an American pharmaceutical company. He joined the company in 1993 and has held several executive roles across Pfizer's division prior to becoming chief executive officer. Bourla serves as chief operating officer. And look what they say. He was born in Thessalonica, Greece. So he says he's Greek. But if you come down here and look at his early life, what is this? Look at early life and education. Bourla was born and raised in Thessalonica, Greece. His parents were Sephardi Jews, were among the 2,000 or 50,000 Jews in Thessalonica to survive the Holocaust. So his father and his mother was Jews. So why is he calling himself Greek? See, this is one of the main things we tell people to look out for. You can't sit up here. He called himself Greek because he was born in Greek. No. No, 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 no. Just because you're born somewhere, that doesn't change who you are as a nationality. He's an Amalekite. He's a small hatter. He's a fucking liar, like they always do. You know, and here it is, and that's why people and that's why people get confused. If you truly knew who your nationality was, that's the main reason why a lot of this world is all twisted and upside down as it is any damn way. You know, and these small hatters, not understanding the Bible, we were supposed to lose our nationality. We lost our nationality, Salakia. We weren't supposed to lose it. We lost our nationality when we went into the curses. When we went under those curses in Deuteronomy 28, we lost who we were as a nation of people, because we kept disobeying the Heavenly Father. You know, as a matter of fact, let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Yeah, here it is. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 64. And the Lord thy power shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other, and thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And so my thing is, here it is, we've been sold into a place where we don't know these gods. We don't know this, we don't know we don't know these gods. We don't know we serving other gods that we've never served before because we don't know our power. Salakia, brothers, you know. And these are the curses we fell under. We won't know our heritage. As a matter of fact, if you go into Jeremiah chapter 17 in verse 4, and though even thyself shall hold on, and though even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. You know. So my thing is, when we went under the curses, we would sit up here and discontinue from our heritage. So we didn't know we were Israelites. We became those bywords. Those bywords. We became those spectacles. Nigga, spigger, wetback, Mexican, savage, Indian, Negro, colored, African American, black, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, you know. And the same thing with these so-called small hatters. They hide behind because they born in one place or another, so they'll call themselves Greek. When really, when you go back to their lineage, and if you dig deep, you'll see that they really Amalekites. But they'll hide behind the fact that they're born in another country or whatever the hell, and that's what they do. The same thing with that Albert Burla. And that was the only reason I showed that, because people, if they take the time to look, you'll see that this guy is not Greek. This guy's a small hatter. But the thing is, when you look at that movie, when you sit up here and see the things that are going on in that movie, you'll sit up here and understand, man, that they lie, they cover up, and people fall for it. Which leads me to go in Salakia, brothers. I'm kind of all over the place. But I want to go to, I think it's Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth his ear. And my thing is, and they speak lies, that's all they do is lie. The moment they sit up here and speak something, they'll lie. I'm Greek. I'm Australian. I'm French. But here it is, your father and your mother was Jewish. They were small hatters. That's what you are. You're not Greek because you was born over in Greek. That's silliness. You know, and that's the whole thing. Like I think, sometimes brothers sit up here and use certain parables, use certain similes and sit up here and say, if you take an orange from China and plant it in America, does it change it from being an orange? No, it doesn't. It's still an orange. It doesn't change nothing. It's still a goddamn orange. It ain't gonna change nothing. It ain't gonna change its name. It ain't gonna change shit. It's still a damn orange. And I think that was one of the main reasons I sit up here and got this, is because here it is. If people take the time out to look and look up certain things, you'll sit up here and find out that, man, all that information that you've learned throughout the years is bullshit. They put everything in the encyclopedias. They put everything in the internet. They put everything in the dictionary. They put so much stuff that if you took the time just to read, you'll sit up here and see, like, damn, things ain't always the same, Which leads me also to go here just for the heck of it. Micah, chapter 2, in verse 1. The point is 2. Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it's in the power of their hands. And they covet fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So my thing is, man, they take all these fields, they take people's houses, they do all they think. They took your land. Look what they did to Gad. Look what they took our heritage away. And guess what? Then they'll call themselves those people. It actually, and there lies the other point I want to sit up here and say. Here it is. They'll call themselves those people. Salakia brothers, I'm trying to look for something. I can't remember where it is. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. It was Psalms 49 and 11. Give me a second. That's what I was looking for. Psalms 49 and 11. Here it is. This is Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And that's the whole thing. They call their lands after their own names. So here it is, man. They'll come over and take over something, and they'll sit up here and name it after this or name it after that, like Americo Vespucci, America, or Cipriano Africanus, Africa. My thing is they call their names after their own land as soon as they take over something. But this is what these damn devils do, man. This is what they do. Now I'm American. I'm African. And this is where the confusion comes in. And this is why people sit up here and don't understand that, hey, you are what your father is. Your nationality is from your father. It's from your father's seed. Why you think they say the family jewels? They don't say that for the woman. They say that for the man, because they understand that comes from the man, the family, who you are. Why you think that they always talk about, hey, he wants an heir, like Prince Charles and them and all these other kings. I need a son heir, because they understand. Why you think the woman takes the name of the man? People know this shit, man. They just don't want to admit it. And I'm a little bit all over the place, so Salakia brothers. But I was sitting up there looking at I looked at the video, and there's a lot more to it. But I just want to get into the fact that, hey, you are what your father are. They call themselves after the name of their lands, and they'll take that name, and they'll sit up here and move to Greek and call themselves Greeks, when that's not what they are. They take a land by violence, and they'll call themselves after that place, when that's not what they are. And that's the point I got with Albert Bourla. He says he's a Greek American. When you look into his past, when you look up his family, both of his parents was small hatters. So with that, hey man, this was just something through the spirit. Like I said before, there's a lot more to that movie that you can get into, to the video that you can get into. But this was just something I just want to touch on right here. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Makakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching the truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball. Shalom.